Magicians are known to get themselves into dangerous situations and then eventually escaping out with style. These fearless wizards will surely leave you terrified with their astonishing feats. So be it the infamous impaled by swords trick, or the Japanese magician swallowing and bringing out an entire pack of razor blades. Hello and welcome back, and today we're going to figure out the secrets behind the most dangerous magic tricks ever performed. So, let's get started. The first trick, the buried alive escape act. After successfully impressing the judges with his escape acts, Damien Aditya, the Indonesian illusionist, stepped up his game for this dangerous act. Wrapped in a chain locked behind his back and handcuffed, Damien laid down into a wooden box in a 10-foot deep hole, outdoors. A group of assistants then dumped sand into the hole as Damien had only 90 seconds to escape. Around 60 seconds into the act, the camera feed of the box was cut off and his wife started screaming for someone to save him. Finally, when the time ran out, one of the assistants who was dumping sand removed his cap to reveal himself as Damien, thus stunning the judges and audience around. So, how did Damien escape this death-defying situation? Well, the judges clearly had no idea, but we have the secret, and here's how he did it. The first thing to know about this escape trick is that Damien was completely free the entire time. Yes, all the cuffs and chains used in this act were fake, and here's how he released the locks. The handcuffs were not real and they did not require a key to lock and unlock it, and he was free to go in and out of the cuffs without a key. Also, if you see, he didn't ask the judges to check the locks for its authenticity. So the way he escapes out of those handcuffs was just to move his arms in a certain way, and they became unlocked. Once he got out of the cuffs, all he did was to remove those chains from his body using his free hands. But still, how did he get out of the grave? There was no way out, you'd say. Well, the grave contained more than just that deep hole for his escape. The 10-foot hole that we see is actually a part of a tunnel. Yes, as you can see in this illustration, there's a secret tunnel built underground, and it forms a U-shape when connected with the hole. The judges were seated on one side of the tunnel, while there were concrete pipes placed at the other side of the tunnel. So the grave in which Damien was buried alive was actually the entrance of the tunnel instead of just a grave. Even though the audience and the judges were looking towards the hole, they had no idea about the secret entrance point. Now Damien goes inside the box and the assistants place the box cover. He is then covered with sand, and as soon as the camera feed is cut off, he frees himself from the cuffs and chains and slips out of the trap door that's built into the side of the box. So the trap door leads him into the tunnel and he crawls to the other end to escape out safely. Now you'd think, why didn't anyone see the mouth of that tunnel? Well, the entrance of the tunnel was at the base of the hole, and since the hole was 10 feet deep, it wasn't possible for the judges and the audience to peek that deep into the hole. Also, the assistants placed the box cover to conceal the entry point of the tunnel from the judges' view. But what about the exit point of the tunnel? Didn't someone see the tunnel's exit hole? Now, if you see the footage, there are concrete pipes placed on the ground near the tunnel's exit point. The pipes were intentionally placed there to hide the exit point from view. Also, there was enough space near the pipes for Damien to come out easily. Regarding the change of dress, he did so inside the other hole behind those pipes. In the final part, why didn't anyone see him exchange places with one of his assistants? As you can see, during this moment, his wife comes out screaming to distract everyone to not look near the pipes. So this gave Damien and the assistant near the pipes the chance to exchange places away from the camera. Finally, Damien reveals himself to stun everyone around. The second trick, the razor blade swallow act. This dangerous-looking act was performed on America's Got Talent by the Japanese magician Tanba. He first walks down to the judges' table with a razor blade in hand and asks Simon to cut the paper with the razor blade. Tanba then tells everyone that he is going to eat the razor blade, and before they know it, he does exactly that in a terrifying scene. He then eats a paper and puts a lot more razor blades inside his mouth before drinking a glass of liquid to swallow all those blades. Finally, he regurgitates back everything and starts pulling out a string of all the blades that he had swallowed from his mouth. So, did he really swallow all those blades before bringing them back? Well, before revealing the secret, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get instant notifications of our new video uploads. Now, let's quickly get to the secret. The first and foremost thing is that this is a dangerous trick even when you know the secret, so you should never try this trick at home or anywhere else. In the act, the first few blades which Tanba puts inside his mouth are in fact real ones, but they are not as sharp as they seem to be. So, to avoid putting sharp blades in his mouth, the magician blunts the blades before performing this trick. Now, when Simon cuts the paper with that blunt blade, Tanba pulls the paper forcefully on its extremes so that the paper can be cut easily. Thereafter, he didn't quite swallow the blades as everyone imagined. Rather, he moved the blade toward his left cheek, and the initial few blades were hidden there and not visible to the audience, even when he spoke or ate something. From now onwards, the remaining blades that he puts inside his mouth were fake and were prepared blades. Yes, the second set of blades had colored glucose paste made from sugar applied on them, and they looked like real blades. So he put those pre-processed blades in his mouth, which are even available online for purchase. Also, all these razor blades which he swallows were already tied together by a string, which Tanba hides it behind his fingers. Now, the paper which he ate thereafter is also fake. It's an edible paper coated with a layer of glucose, and anyone can eat it. In the final part, where exactly did he bring those blades back from? Well, when the magician pretends to drink the liquid, here he uses this moment to spit the first few blades, which were real ones, into the bottom of the glass. Also, if we look at the bottom of the glass, we can see the razor blades. Unfortunately, the cup was not opaque enough to hide those blades. Now the magician is only left with the prepared blades which he had concealed in his right cheek. Also, the string which he put in his mouth, he hid under his upper lip. Finally, it was time to give the string a pull as he moves the blades towards the center of his tongue one by one. This would then reveal the pre-prepared second batch of blades that were hiding in his mouth all along, which amazes everyone around. So finally, the most dangerous trick on our list, impaled by swords trick. Now this trick comes all the way from Thailand's Got Talent, and here's what the magician performed on the show. He got a cardboard box placed at the center of the stage, and calls her assistant on stage who will get inside the box. After she goes inside the box, the magician inserts multiple swords through the box all around. He even calls upon one of the judges to insert the last sword straight down in a vertical position. With so many swords having pierced the box, everyone was shocked and worried about the girl. The magician then removes all the swords and what do we see? The girl comes safely out of that empty box and is doing all fine. So, how did the girl survive this dangerous act? Well, here's the secret. The cardboard box was big enough to provide space for the girl to stay safe inside. The box looked small on stage, however, it was easily big enough to fit almost 2 girls on the inside. After she goes inside the box, she brings herself in a curled position with her back at the top and stays at the bottom of the box as flat as possible. But still, there were many swords pierced. How come she survived all those swords? Wasn't it dangerous? Well, it was, but the fact that the box had some hidden protection at its bottom made her feel safe all through. Yes, the bottom of the box had 2 paper lids, and that's what protected her inside the box. Here you can see how she positioned herself inside the box under those paper lids. She peeled up the bottom lids on entering the box. The paper lids were gimmicked and made out of thin yet strong rubberized sheets, while their outer covering was made to look like a cardboard material. Also, the backside of the girl's vest was strong enough and acted like an extra protection shield. So, she was covered safely by the lids and the vest. Now, any of the swords which touched the lid were deflected away safely, and because of the vest, she didn't quite feel the impact. On the outside, the magician made everyone believe that the bottom lids of the box were flat. Coming to the final vertical insertion performed by the judge, how did the girl survive the straight down insertion? Well, moments before the box was impaled by the vertical sword, the girl changed her resting position inside the box. Now she could see what was coming her way, so she carefully gets hold of and pulls the last sword. Then she slowly guides the sword around her body through the box. The move was synced carefully, and on the outside, it seemed as if the magician has impaled the box. Also, the last sword was first inserted into the box by the judge, and the impact of insertion was at a much slower speed than the horizontal swords. This gave the girl enough time to grab the sword and guide it through. After all the swords were removed, the bottom lids were laid flat by the girl as she waits for the ultimate moment. Finally, the girl comes out of the box safely, and the box is revealed to be empty, which stuns everyone around. So guys, hope you got the secrets behind the most dangerous magic tricks ever performed. Which trick was the most dangerous? The buried alive trick, the blade swallow trick, or the sword trick? And name any other magic trick you would like us to reveal. Tell us in the comments below. Do like and share this video with your friends on social media. For more such amazing things, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And finally, thanks for watching.